organization came from small boards. They don't just come from St. Louis and Kansas City. They don't come from just California or just Florida. They come from all over. They come from a person who decided to serve just like you who came today. What are acts of leadership? Hey, it isn't just being Lincoln. You know, it's a big deal. Maybe you don't think it's a big deal. I thought it was a big deal. I don't care what your politics are. It's a big deal yesterday that somebody got elected president of the United States. It's not my skin color. Because I've told you 1,000 times, 74% of the world is not my skin color. Not my skin color. It's a big deal. It isn't about just Lincoln. It isn't about the Capitol. It isn't about worship. Those are huge, huge things. And we revere those things. Let me tell you about a simple act of leadership. A guy was born in Harrington, Maine. Who the heck ever heard of Harrington, Maine? Has 882 people in the place. Just a small town, just like we got in Missouri and all that kind of stuff. Guess what? In this century, this man's parents immigrated and ended up in Harrington, Maine. Not New York City, not some big Chicago or something like that. Just this little town of Harrington, Maine, and had to eke out a living. Had to go eat out a living. They started this thing. His name was Merle Winchester. He was in business in 30 years, and he said this. He said, he now has the world's largest, out of that little town, the world's largest mail order brief business, and he thinks you can only do that in the United States. We take it for granted. Most of us were born here. We take it for granted. He doesn't take it for granted. And he said his opportunity has a lot to do with those who gave their lives for freedom. So he does a simple little thing. You don't see it on the media. You don't see it in the newspapers. You don't see it everywhere. If you were around Washington, D.C., you would see busloads of people showing up out of Maine. Hey, I'm not talking slick buses. I'm talking, imagine driving in one of those yellow buses all the way from Maine, clear down to, Washington, D.C. That'd be a bouncy ride, and it wouldn't be great. But every Christmas, this is what you see. That's what he donates. You've never heard of this guy. You don't even know who he is. It's building every year. More and more people show up to place those wreaths there because they believe in something that's important. Maybe your name will never be, you won't end up being there as, some history thing that you were president or something like that. But it's people like this, just like yourselves, that make this a better life. And you can make this a better association. And let me tell you what, for those of you who really don't know me, I believe that to the bottom of my soul. I've seen the great ideas that come not only from Missouri,